Welcome back to the Ruben Digital YouTube channel. My name's Nate Ruben, and today we're starting the Young Entrepreneur series where I ask some questions that people around me have thought are relevant specifically to a young entrepreneur. So before we get started, many of you know I founded Ruben Digital Media back in June of 2014. Since then we dropped media. Our team has grown to 5 individuals full-time and as many as 4 interns, and we've had the opportunity to work with over 75 clients. So a lot of times people see what goes on the outside, but they don't really get a good feel for what happens on the inside, especially along the way on the journey. So today we're hoping to take a little bit of time, answer some questions, and provide some value to things that you guys have asked for. So the first question I have is, what made me decide to follow my dreams? And that question is simple: pain. I was in a lot of pain. I was sitting in the same spot doing the same type of tasks for different companies and not really having much advancement. And I thought, you know what? Why am I wasting my time here? Why can't I take all of that effort and put it into something that I believe in and see what kind of effect that would have? And so because I was motivated by being dissatisfied with my current reality, I went all in on building my business, and 4 years later, I've seen the combined effect of what betting on myself does. So, quick summary: be dissatisfied with where you're at and want to change more than you want to stay the same. How did I motivate myself enough to take the next step? Well, for me, I'm a man whose spirituality is a very important part of my life. And one of the things that motivated me was finding time for prayer and meditation to tune into what I really wanted to do and what I wanted my life to look like. And when I did that, I decided to ask for help. You know, I have this concept that I call a higher power, and I asked my higher power for help to guide me and direct me. And then I told everybody around me what I wanted to do and what I wanted to accomplish, and I asked them to help hold me accountable and get me there. So I asked for help, and I made sure I had the right people around me to support me in order to continue to stay motivated. What would you suggest to those on the fence about pursuing their dreams of becoming a young entrepreneur? So to me, this is a kind of a loaded question. I don't think anybody pursues being an entrepreneur. I think you either are one or you're not. You know, it's inside. You either have the desire to build something for yourself and you see things in the world and you want to go and make a change for the better, or you don't. Now, you may be an entrepreneur and being on the fence as to whether or not you want to start your own business, and I think that's a totally different question. A lot of people can start a business and maybe they're a one business type person and that's all they do. But if you're thinking about, how do I make that first step to act on this innate entrepreneurship ability I have, I would say the first thing is to find out what you actually want to change. Do you have a unique skill set that you can apply to a problem that hasn't been done yet? Or do you have a very similar and bland skill set but have a unique way of selling the business proposition? Or maybe you don't have any of those, but you're really good at sales and you recognize a lot of people who have a skill or talent but haven't done a good enough job bringing it to market. So sit down and find out what is it, the impact that you have, and what tools do you have the ability to use, and then reach out to somebody you see doing it and ask them for help on what's this first step I should take. Because then once you get an idea of what you want to do and where you want to go, it just becomes doing the next thing, and before you know it, you'll be living your dream. The last question I have is what motivation could I give somebody in order to live up to their dreams? And I'll tell you the reality, I'm not going to motivate you to achieve your dreams. Motivation is a self-starter. You have to find it internally and then act on it. What I can provide is inspiration. And I've found inspiration through heroes. I've always been very inspired when I watch a movie or listen to a podcast or an audiobook about people who've achieved some level of tremendous success. And the biggest motivating factor or inspirational piece is that they were just regular human beings who worked extremely hard and had a single-minded focus on what they were achieving. The best example would be my favorite athlete of all time, Kobe Bryant, and I'll leave you with a quote from his. He says, "Everything negative, pressure, challenges, it's all an opportunity for me to rise." And that's the kind of mindset that I have today. Whenever there's something that looks like a problem or an obstacle, I just see it as an opportunity for me to rise up to that challenge and to get stronger. You know, very few people have achieved anything great without any kind of obstacles along the way. So if you're currently experiencing obstacles, be grateful, because that's going to help propel you to success. So hopefully something I said has motivated you. If you are a young entrepreneur and you'd like to connect with me, I'd really appreciate that. Right now the best way to reach me is on LinkedIn, but you can also reach me direct at my email, which I'll make sure we provide in the comments below. And if you're not an entrepreneur but you know somebody who is, please send this their way. I'm sure there's something they could benefit from it, but maybe that I could benefit from learning from them. So either way, hit that subscribe button, check out the comments where we've got all of the other details about how you can get in touch, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Take care.